So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video we will continue our CRPC lecture series. So today we will discuss about the chapter 6. So in the previous video we have discussed about chapter 5. So today we will discuss chapter 6. So in the chapter 5 that we have covered the arrest and procedure for arrest and right of the arrested person. So today in this video we will continue with chapter 6. So under the chapter 6 of CRPC it is divided into 4 parts, okay, like A, B, C, D. So A deals with the summons, B warrant, C with attachment, D with the other procedures. So we will continue like this. So in this video we will cover only summons today. In the next video we will continue with the warrant. So now let's talk about section 61, that is form of summon. So summons start with section 61. So forms of summon, if we read the direct language of section 61, then it says that every summons issued by a court under this code shall be in writing and signed and in duplicate and signed by the presiding officer of such court or by such other officers as the High Court may by rule direct, and it shall bear the seal of the court. So there are 4 things that is important to remember under this section. That is, number 1, it shall be issued by the court. Secondly, it should be in the duplicate, and thirdly, it should be signed by the presiding officer of such court or by such other officers as the High Court. Matlab, if the High Court directs that it can be issued by so and so officers, then it can be issued by them also, I mean signed by them also, then it shall bear the seal of the court. Okay, so the seal is very important. So these 4 things are very important that we need to remember about section 61. So this is all about section 61. Now we will see section 62, that summons how served. Okay, so how summons served. So generally summons like कैसे serve होती है. So every summons issued by a court shall be served by a police officer. Okay, served by a police officer or subject to the rules as the state government may make in this behalf. Okay, so generally it shall be served by the police officer, or if the state government may make any rules in this behalf ki like someone can be served by so and so person, then that can also be followed. Okay, but the CRPC section 62 says that it shall be served by the police officer or subject to the rules as the state government may make in this behalf by the officer of such court. Okay, by the officer of such court or by any other public servant. So if we see the subsection 2 of section 62, then it says that like if practicable, summons shall be served personally to the person summoned, and either by delivering or tendering to him one of the duplicate of the summon. And if we see the subsection 3 of section 62, and it says that if the presiding officer or the issuing authority requires that that summons the summons should be signed by the endorsed by the the person summoned. Okay, then in that case also the person summoned has to put his signature on the other duplicate of the summon. Okay, that means like suppose a police officer come to your house and give you a summons, and then if the police or that officer requires that, then he will ask you to sign on the back of the other duplicate. Okay, he will have other duplicate as well, so you will be asked to sign on that, and it is mandatory for you to sign there. Okay, this is section 62. Now the section 63, service of summons to corporate bodies and societies. So like in 62 we have talked about to the person. Now we will see the artificial person, that corporeal person, right? So corporate bodies and societies. So in that case, how summon can be served? In this case also the summon can be effected by serving it to the secretary of that corporation or local manager of that corporation or any principal officer of such corporation. Okay, by serving it directly. Okay, and if it is not possible by that way, then it can be summon can be effected by letter, by a registered post addressed to the chief officer of that organization. Okay, that means like chief officer of the corporation in India, wherever it is located. So the summon can be served to that person via post, which is a registered letter. Okay, and if the summon is served by letter, then in that case it shall be deemed that the summon is duly served in the ordinary course of the post. Suppose a letter takes 10 days to be delivered, then within 10 days it will be deemed that the summon has been duly served. Okay, so this is what section 63 talks about. So section 64 says that the service when a person summoned cannot be found. So the court issue a summon court has issued a summon against any person. Okay, so the police officer went to that place, to particular place, and but he did not find the person. He tried all his due diligence, but he, in despite that, he could not find the person. So in that case, how summon can be effected? So that talks about section section 64, that in that case the police officer can deliver that summon, a copy, the duplicate of summons to any male member who is adult, who is ordinarily resides with him. Okay, suppose there are 4, 5 3 family members in a house, and one dad is like suppose father is summoned by the court, but father is nowhere to be found, the police could not find, but his younger son who is who is adult. So in that case the police officer can serve that summon to the adult son of that person. Okay, adult son of that person. So means male member who is adult is compulsory. So there is a one explanation under section 64 that servants are not considered as a family member. Okay, so family member is it should be very important. Okay, family member who is a male and who is adult and resides with him. Okay, so like if the person is not residing with him, though they are in in relation, but that cannot be affected. Okay, they have to live together. Okay, they have to live together, male member of the family and adult. Okay, the police can give that summons to that person. All right, then comes section 65 procedure when service cannot be effected as before provided. So it simply means that like procedure, like by this procedure also there is nobody at his home, okay, to effect the service, or in personally also could not be served by this method, that method, under any of this method the person someone could not be served to the person. Okay, so in that case what the police will do now? So the police can do that, affix the copy of the summon to the conspicuous place, okay, to any place of his house where it can be easily visible to for everyone where he ordinarily resides. Suppose one summon has been issued against me by the court and police came to my house but nobody is at home. Okay, and police have tried all the method to find me but police could not find. So in that case what the police will do? Police will affix the copy of the summon to the any conspicuous place of my house. So this is how police can serve the summon. So now what will happen? If the court after due inquiry considers that summon is duly served, then it is okay, and otherwise the court will issue a fresh summon again. Okay, and procedure how it should be executed. All right, so this is section 65. Now comes section 66, service on government servant. So in case of the government servant who is in active service, so directly someone could not be served directly to them. So in that case what the court will do? The court will issue a summon addressing to the head of the office where the person is employed. Okay, suppose a person A is an employee and person B is the head of the institution. Okay, head of the institution, he is a head. So head of the institution. So in this case what the court will do? The court will issue a summon directing head of the institution under whom the person required is working or employed. So in that case the person B, the head of the institution will receive the summon and communicate the summon to A. Okay, like as provided under section 62, B will communicate to A. So in that way the summon will be executed. Okay, and also the person person B has to put his endorsement. That means like person B, this head of the institution has to sign on the copy of the summons and return it to the person who came to give summons to him. Okay, like police officer come to him to give the summon and he communicated the summons about the summons to person A. Now he has to sign on that summons and return it to the person who came to give him, to police office authority. Okay, so this is what section 66 talks about regarding the government servant. Section 67, which talks about service of summons outside local limits. So when the court desires to issue a summons to the person who is residing outside the jurisdiction of the court. So generally a court exercises its power within a district. Okay, now if the court wants to summon a person which is residing in another district, so in that case what the court will do? Court will issue a summon directing to the magistrate. okay, directing to the magistrate under whose jurisdiction the person is residing. So the court will issue that summon to that magistrate, and that magistrate will execute the summon. Okay. So then comes section 68, proof of service in such cases when the serving officer is absent. So it's very simply, it is very simple, proof of service in such cases when the serving officer is not present. Okay. So in that case, suppose so under section 67 the summon is issued and the person appear also, but when the person appear before the court, the the issuing authority, I mean the serving officer, okay, the serving officer or that or the judge of that court or the magistrate of the court is not present, then in that case what will happen? So in that case the person has to furnish an affidavit that summon has been duly served to him, and with that affidavit only that copy of the summon has to be enclosed and given to the court, okay, whoever presiding that court at that point of time. So this is what section 68, and after the court receives that affidavit and the copy of the summon, the court will consider that the summon has been served to that person. Okay. Then comes section 69, service of summons to witness by post. Okay. Section 69, service of summons to witness by post. So it is also very simple that court generally issue a summon, issuing a summon procedure is as simple like under section provided under section 62. So similarly the court may require some time, court may require that after under section 62 also court issue a summon to the witness, and also the court may require the summon should be served via post as well, okay, via post as well with acknowledgement due. Okay, which means that like simultaneously, okay, one is in the physical form which will be delivered by the police officer, and another will be via post, and which will be delivered by the post officials. Okay. So in that case, when the letter will be received by the person summoned, then it shall be deemed that the summon has been executed. Or one more thing is that like if the person refuses to take the summons from the post officials, so in that case the court and the endorsement of the postal officials that the person or the addressee has refused to take the summons, then in that case the court will accept that the summon has been duly served, and that like this witness was aware that what is the content of that document or the content of that letter. So this is all about summons procedure given under section 61 to 69 of CRPC. Okay, I hope you have found this video helpful. So do hit the like button, do subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. We will discuss about the warrant of arrest. Okay, so till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.